Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Mr. Zero's Terror Ride. I'm Mr. Zero, clown, comic, and sometime commentator on ridiculous subjects. With me, as always, is Mr. Chuckles. Hello. That's not what Mr. Chuckles says. Mr. Chuckles says, "Hey, how you doing?" If that. There to help me keep things absurd. Also got my bass here. This is a five finger discount as its name because it's my 5 string bass. It also is, as you can see, acoustic electric. Anyone who's into guitars knows what this kind of backing means. It is an ovation guitar. Battery goes in there. Got your little switches there to adjust your sound. Got some clown stickers on it. I've got a 311 sticker. Powerman 5000. Do you guys remember them? Of course you don't. And 7 Dust, 2 Metallicas. I got a clown, another clown, a smiley face, a wolf, and oh, what are these two? Korn, which is what I'm going to talk about. I've been a fan of Korn since like 1995. 30 years old now, so 15 years of my life, pretty much, I've been spent liking Korn. Yeah. First heard Korn back in late 95, I'm sure it was. Um, Hanging out with my friend Ken, good friend of mine. He's a heck of a drummer too. Heck of a drummer. You know, he was in one of the best bands ever. The drummer of the best band ever, called the God Structure Machine. And I went on to be a bass player in the best band ever, called the God Structure Machine. And my friend Illuminatra 462 was in the best band ever, called the God Structure Machine. He was one of the vocalists, lead vocalist, lead guitar. We had a song that went like this. It was like, and then it broke off into punk metal from that point on. I can That's like one of the few songs that I can remember to play anything from that era. We also played like Offspring and Metallica and stuff, and Nirvana. Played a bit of Nirvana. But that's besides the point. So the drummer, Kennethy, as he was sometimes called, I was in his room in his house, and we had the radio on because we were teenagers. That's what, when you're a teenager in the '90s, your whole life revolves around music and the radio, because that's what you've got, man. And over the speaker came the phrase, "I can see I'm going blind." And Ken's like, "Did you hear that? That's the most brilliant thing I've ever heard." That's not exactly what he said, but it was probably more so, "Dude," he just said, "I could see I'm going blind." That's so cool. Like, so cool. It's probably closer to what was said. Oh man, that is so cool. It's pretty deep, man. I can see I'm going blind. Yeah, man. At any rate, so then I remember taking a trip with him a little bit later over to the store. Boom, Media Play, like the greatest big box store. It was like the Walmart of entertainment. Media Play. It's like FYE, only like a bajillion times better. Go over there and gosh, I spent so much money at that place. And their rewards program was a lot better because all you had to do was just scan your card. You didn't have to pay for your card or anything like that, if I recall correctly. You just scanned your card and I think you had to make a one-time fee, and then the rewards would come in every time you made a purchase. You'd get rewards. I had earned a couple, maybe about $100 in rewards from that place. Bought a guitar from there once. But in the old days, in the 90s, you used to be able to, they would have CDs that were popular. They'd have a setup where you could listen to the entirety of that CD, and they had Korn self-title up there. Nowadays, you just grab the CD and you beep, and you listen to the headphones, and it plays you like 30 seconds of a popular song on that CD. No, this was a way for you to listen to the CD in its entirety. You just sit there and you're like, yeah, yeah, and someone will tap you on the shoulder because they want to listen. You're like, huh? Go away! I'm listening to Korn. Ugh! And I happened to notice that one of the tracks on the CD by this band called Korn was called Clown. So I had to listen to it, and it was like the best song ever. I can't even play it, but it's a great song. And I'm like, this is the best music I've ever heard. What do you call this kind of music? And no one could discuss it. It's like some people were calling it punk, which is like, that's punk. Or, stuff like that. That was punk. And there's kids were calling it punk. I mean, sure, like you got the band The Melvins, they were like a punk band, but they'd play more sludge, which is doom mixed with punk, and it's kind of like, of course, I can't play any good, any of the Melvins because I'm not that talented anymore. I don't live and breathe music anymore. But they played sludge, which was an influence on grunge, and grunge was like an influence on so many new metal bands. But Korn, where they got their sound was, Fieldy once said, hey, you're listening to like Sepultura, and then they have the little break where the music slows down, which is called the mosh. If you're into like that kind of metal, that's the mosh. That's where like while the rest of the time you're like yeah, and then they break it down. Then you like sit there and you swing your fists around and you beat other people up. Yeah, can you do the Milano mosh? For those of you who know who Billy Milano is, yeah. But that was Korn, and they're still going strong. I still remember sitting in high school, and people are like, "What's your favorite bands?" Well, I don't have a favorite band, but right now I'm listening to a lot of Korn. And they look at me, Korn? That's so last year. And I was like, man. Well, I can't quite do it. I had my hair down in my eyes, like, man, you know what it's like. Behind blue eyes and my hair, you know what it's like to be hated, to be jaded, and telling only lies, man. You don't know. That was the music I listened to. Korn. Each album I had to go out and listen to. Korn, Life is Peachy, Follow the Leader, Untouchables. I don't know if I'm out of. No. The Issues, then Untouchables. Am I getting that right? Issues had the art contest. I got the best album, not the album cover that won, but I got the best album cover. That was a good one. Untouchables, good album. I did not get Take a Look in the Mirror, and I hear that that's one of their best. And then I got See You on the Other Side, really good album. And I need to buy the latest and greatest. I am a bad collector of Korn, but I figure I can talk about Korn and say, hey, I've been a fan of them for a long time. And communication! Stop, I can't find the button.